Well, 48 teams from all corners of the state converging to celebrate and compete for the Town Ball Crown, the 98th Annual State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hamburg, home of the Hawks, and once again, host of the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. I'm Eric Murphy, pleased to be with you on a beautiful evening under the lights. Game number 4 for us here on the day in Hamburg in the Class C bracket. And next up, about to get underway, the Bird Island Bullfrogs and the Carver Black Sox. Carver will be the road team here tonight. The Bullfrogs will be the home team. We're going to have white on white when it comes to uniforms. So you'll see the Bullfrogs in their green trim, and Carver will have the black caps and the golden trim to go along with their unis. So Carver coming out of the 4th seed out of Region 7 seed. They play in the ultra-competitive Crow River Valley League. 13 wins in league play, 21 victories overall. The Black Sox, managed by Brian Tishy, are making their 5th straight trip to the state tourney, their 10th overall appearance. They took 3rd place just on 2 occasions, both in the 1980s. As for the Bullfrogs of Bird Island, back for another run. The Frogs in the state tourney for a 3rd straight season. They come in with 18 wins, managed by Mike Nagel. The Frogs play in the Corn Belt League, shared the league title this year with the Milroy Yankees. Speaking of the Yanks, Milroy, the 1 seed out of Region 4C, beating Bird Island in the final. The Frogs made it to the Elite 8 last year, but a bit of a reload. They had to replace 5 starters from that team, including staff ace Logan Nissen. But filling Nissen's shoes, the number 1 pitcher this year, Casey Lewandowski, and he has the ball tonight against Carver. 6-3 on the year, 2.19 ERA, 68 Ks compared to just 13 walks. Lewandowski has tossed 70 innings, including 4 complete games, and he'll take on a good Carver lineup. Leading off for Carver is Connor Cornell. Andrew Weber will come up next, then Jay Bresnahan, followed by Ben Alexander, Dan Gastosh, Kyle Dalton, David Dolan, Sam Werner, and Cole Kirkhoff. And we are underway on our 4th and final game of the day. First pitch swinging, grounder to second, throw over. 1 pitch, 1 out for Lewandowski and the Bullfrogs. And that was Braden Tersteeg making the play over there as Andrew Weber comes up. Weber, the pitcher, we'll talk more about him when he comes onto the mound. The left-handed batter stepping in, former Minnetonka star player, Minnetonka High School, the early 2010s. Matriculated his way to the Carver Black Sox, and Brian Tichy's staff leading the way. Sees 2 pitches from Lewandowski in a 2-0 count. Swung on and missed. So a 2-1 count now. Weber, a .291 hitter this season. He swings on the 2-1 pitch, and that's a tough play out there. Diving and making the play. Another great defensive play here. One of many we've seen here today in Hamburg, and that's the right fielder Colton Minkle coming up with the diving catch in right field. That was a tough play to make. He's able to track it down. We actually had 2 center fielders written down from the lineup card, and that more of a defensive swing. Grounder to third. Quick inning for Lewandowski and the Bullfrogs. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of 1 live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
So a quick 1-2-3 inning. Catch our breath here a little bit as the Bullfrogs of Bird Island are going to come to the dish here in a second. First, let's talk about Carver and Andrew Weber, the 2019 Crow River Valley Pitcher of the Year. And he is the top arm, 9-2 on the year, 1.88 ERA, sparkling ERA, 58 strikeouts to 23 walks. That's over 86 innings pitched. So, strong arm out there. Once again, we've seen aces all day long, and this is no different here tonight. We saw Lewandowski buzz through the first three batters at the top of the first inning. And Weber's going to face a Bird Island lineup that looks like this. Leading off, Braden Tersteeg, the second baseman. Then it'll be center fielder Trent Athman. Logan Swan from Redwood Falls, good player there. Left field, batting third. Then Tyler Hebrink is your first baseman. Batting fourth, batting fifth will be Sean Dollarshell, the third baseman, then Dylan Gass, who's playing shortstop tonight. Colton Menkel, we saw that diving catch in right field in the first inning, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, Aiden Elfring is your catcher, and DHing tonight is Nick Taylor. And Nick DHing for Lewandowski. First pitch from Weber is a ball to Tersteeg. Braden swinging on the second pitch, 1-1 now the count. So still a good crowd here on hand as we get started at 9 o'clock, a full 2 hours later than expected. Oftentimes the case. You have games backed up. The winners so far here today in Hamburg, Spring Hill. An exciting 11-inning victory to start us off this morning. Oh, Hamburg just past third and into left field. Tersteeg's going to take a turn at first and look. He'll hold there. And a leadoff single for the Bullfrogs against Weber. So we had Spring Hill winning the first game in 11, then Sartell taking care of Hutch 5-1 in our second game. And an exciting game 3, Watertown able to scoot by and win 7-3 victory to move on and take on Avon next week. Watertown with that win over the Midway Snurdbirds. So it's Bird Island at the plate. Again, both teams wearing white uniforms here tonight. So Bird Island's got the green trim and the green helmets. And Carver Sox, the gold trim and the black hats and helmets. 0-1 count as the good pickoff move from Weber, but Tersteeg gets back. 0-1 count to Trent Athman, the center fielder for Bird Island. Mentioned that team, Bird Island made a great run last year, but 5 new starters. And here they are again in the tournament in a really good league. You know, the Milroy Yankees, a really good season for them. That Corn Belt League. It came down to that regional final, trying to get that number 1 seed in that bye. But they split the regular season league title. And then came up second to the Yankees in regions. And here they are. And yet another tremendous first-round matchup between two really good teams. You think of Bird Island having to replace 5 starters in the lineup. Weber on the 0-2 count. Takes a little off there, swinging strike 3. So after the leadoff single, Weber battles back to get the first out. That'll bring up Logan Swan, the left fielder.
The left fielder, number 9, Logan Swan.
And Logan, St. Cloud State player, Redwood area high school. Good athlete out of that town. Swung on and missed. So Weber gave up that single to start things off, but you can see trying to get timing against this lefty. Not easy. Well, he's the top arm here on the Black Sox. And he goes at Swan again. Little off-speed action, 1-2 the count now. Swan listed with a .431 average, by the way. 31 hits and 72 at-bats. Not bad. He's trying to time Weber here, way ahead of that one. Good contact, though. Fouls it to the left side, 1-2 the count. Stays with it here, knocks it into right field. Versteeg will hold at second, so 2 singles here in the first 3 batters. Bird Island making some noise here early in the first round of the Class C tournament.
The first baseman, number 10, Tyler Hebrink.
Tyler Hebrink now to the dish. Number 4 hitter in the lineup. First baseman for Bird Island. Tyler, a .333 hitter, but 17 RBIs on the season from the number 4 spot in the lineup. Weber pushes that one across, 0-1 the count. Inside pitch, and it hit him on that back leg. They're going to give first base to Hebrink, and we've got bases loaded. How about this for the Bullfrogs?
Batting fifth, the third baseman.
Yeah, and we've had bases loaded, I think, in every single game in the first inning. So again, it's just a matter of settling in here in this first game of the tournament. Right now, Weber, they're surrendering a couple hits, sandwiched around a strikeout. Now the hit batter, bases loaded with 1 out. Sean Dollarshell comes to the plate. Sean, the third baseman for the Bullfrogs. .321 hitter. 16 RBIs for Sean. So good producer from that part of the lineup. Squibs it to Weber, who bobbled it at first, but still has time to recover. So good calm play there by Weber as he shovels it home for the force out. Versteeg cut down at the plate for out number 2. Well, bases are still loaded. Dylan Gass will come up, try to get a run or 2 across here for the Bullfrogs. Dylan, a .299 hitter, but productive. 18 RBIs for him in the season. And comes up swinging on that first pitch to short, and the out to second. Weber gets out of the jam, and it's 0-0 after 1 in Hamburg.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 2, Ben Alexander.
Quick 1-2-3 inning for Lewandowski and the Bullfrogs against this Carver lineup in the first inning. And Ben Alexander comes up, the left fielder for Carver. Ben quickly in an 0-2 hole as he swings and chops that one off the plate. And a .355 hitter on the year. So good stick in the lineup for Brian Tishy and company. Now 1-2 the count. Drives that towards short. Good glove there. Up and throwing, taking his time. Nice play by Dylan Gass. And another quick out here.
Designated hitter, number 30, Dan Gastush.
Dan Gastush comes to the plate, the designated hitter for Carver. Dan checking it at .295. He does have 4 home runs, so some pop for Dan in the middle of this lineup for Carver. Takes the first pitch back behind the grandstand, so 0-1 the count. Lewandowski wants time. He wants a different ball here. A little extra on that one from Lewandowski, but it's high. So 1-1 the count. Another high pitch, 2-1. One slap to third, scoop, throw on the mark, and 2 outs now in the inning. Dollar Shell easily making that play. Bird Island's infield getting a ton of action here. They've been airtight so far as Kyle Dalton now comes to the plate. Dalton, a .259 hitter this year. The lefty, 1-0 count. Crouches down at the plate, spoils that one towards short. It's knocked down. Throw comes up. It'll be late. Good scoop at first to keep the runner at first. I would think they're going to not count an error on Gass, but we'll see what they decide to do here. Well, it is an E6. So Dylan Gass, that was a tough play.
For the Sox, the first baseman, number 18, David Dolan.
Official score calls it an error. Carver with their first base runner of the game. And Dave Dolan, first baseman, comes up. David, a .227 hitter. Runner goes, pitches inside, makes its way to the backstop. So Dalton moves up to second. And now some conversation. Wondering if it hit the batter or not. At least that's what we could hear through the mics, but quick explanation. What it'll be is a 2-0 count on Dolan, with Dalton standing on second with 2 out. That one got past Aiden Elfring, the catcher for Bird Island. And that one swung on. Is it going to stay in play? Elfring's trying to track it. It's in play, and a nice one by Elfring. Wow. So Aiden popped off that mask. Did a good job running underneath it. Stayed with it. And Lewandowski cruising through 2. We scoreless to this point in Hamburg. We'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Cone Mickle comes to the plate, the right fielder here tonight. For Bird Island, you've got Minkle, then Elfring and Nick Taylor due up against Weber. And right back up the middle goes Minkle. The third hit of the game against Weber. Bird Island coming out swinging first time through the lineup. Remember, they left the bases loaded in the top of the first inning, or bottom of the first inning. And here is Aiden Elfring, who made that nice play, that high pop fly behind the plate in the top half of the second inning. Aiden, another strong hitter in this lineup. As Weber checks on Minkle at first. Elfring, .324 average. He's going to show bunt. Pitches outside. 1-0 the count. That one hit behind the grandstand. 1-1 now. Nice pitch by Weber. You can see he doesn't throw with a ton of velocity. He just finds his spots and tries to keep the hitter's timing off. He's worked his way back in, 1-2 on this count here to Elfring. Nobody out, and one runner on, 0-0 game. Weber has Minkle caught, and the throw down to second. Tag is applied. Kyle Dalton applying the tag on Minkle. So Minkle officially picked off, trying to steal. Weber showing a pretty good move here. We're going to have a stoppage of play. If Mike Nagel is going to discuss things here, and maybe the move to Weber, or from Weber over to first base. Weber listened in for a couple seconds, says I've heard enough, and walks away. That's obviously a little gamemanship maybe, where he's just saying keep an eye on it. Hard to tell from this angle if he has any forward, any motion toward the plate rather, before his move over to first. We assume that's what Nagel's talking about, as Weber goes right back to work here on Elfring. Misses there, so 2-2 the count. The Bird Island Bullfrogs catcher. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A leadoff single is a pick And then 2 pitches later, strike 3, and just like that, 2 outs. And the number 9 hitter is your DH, Nick Taylor. So Taylor has 38 at-bats this year. Comes into the 9 spot, 6 hits and 38 at-bats. And the count is even, 1-1 after the swing and a miss. Inside pitch, and he hits him. Another hit batter. Second hit batter here in this game for Weber. And we'll turn the lineup over to Braden Tersteeg. Tersteeg, the single, reached third, was stranded there, as was everybody on base.
Attendance is 1149.
So 1-0 to Tersteeg. Now 2-0 to Braden. And actually said he was stranded, but it was that play for Weber at home when he scooped it home for the force out. It was out Tersteeg trying to score on that bases loaded play. An inning ago. Now it's 2-1. He reaches out, slaps that into right. That's going to drop. So Tersteeg has Weber's number early. 2 singles here, the first 2 innings for the leadoff hitter.
The center fielder, number 15.
And for the second inning in a row, the Bullfrogs have something cooking here. First and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Trent Athman. He struck out in the first inning. He hits that one to center. High fly. Getting underneath that one is Cole Kirchhoff for Carver. So Weber gets out of another jam here through 2. We have zeros on the scoreboard at Hawk Field in Hamburg. Live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Just announced the paid attendance here today in Hamburg. 1149, 1,149 people. Paid attendance. Great crowds here for our opening day. We were supposed to have opening night last night. That game rained out. Class C action. Maple Lake taking on the Milroy Irish. And that game will be made up Sunday at 7 o'clock. So 4 more games here tomorrow. And Sam Warner, the number 8 hitter, will lead things off in the top of the 3rd inning for Carver. Lewandowski cruising so far, has yet to surrender a hit. And he throws in strike 1 to Warner. Next pitch is outside, 1-1. That one chopped toward first. Play made easily over there. Tyler Hebrink making the play.
Number 12, Cole Kirkhoff.
That brings up Cole Kirkhoff, the 9-hitter and the center fielder in this lineup. Cole with a nice average for a number 9 hitter, 323. Takes ball one from Lewandowski. Last year, as we mentioned in the pregame, Logan Neeson was the top pitcher for Bird Island, getting to the Elite Eight last year for this squad. Logan won five starters that had to be replaced this year. So the Bullfrogs reload. Casey Lewandowski stepping right into Nison's shoes as the ace here. They does have a 3-0 count here on the number 9 hitter in Carver's lineup. Now it's in there, so 3-1. There's just one base runner so far for Carver. Kyle Dalton reaching on an error. And that pitch is high. Second base runner. Lewandowski's first walk issued here.
The right fielder, number 19, Connor Cornell.
So lineup turns over. Connor Cornell, leadoff hitter, up. He grounded out to second base in the first inning. Cornell, a 270 hitter on the season. Chops that one toward third and foul. So for Carver, the 5th consecutive year in the State Am tournament after a 35-plus year absence. Brian Tishy building this team up. That's a strike. Runner goes. The throw from Alpring was a good one, but not in time as Kirkhoff steals second. So one out, now runner in scoring position. 0-2 count now on Cornell. Coach Tishy, in a note to me, said the success and the turnaround is hinged on really good pitching and the addition of some key players for this Carver program. As Cornell fouls that one back, count remains 0-2. So zeros on the board. There's one out. 0-2 count on the leadoff hitter Cornell, with Cole Kirkhoff standing on second after his steal. Trying to get Cornell to chase. He does not. 1-2 the count now. The Sox made it to the third round last year before falling to St. Patrick. Always tough St. Patrick. St. Patrick, if I remember correctly, I don't have a filled-out bracket in front of me. Made it all the way to the championship, I believe. The Fairmont Martins took home top honors in Class C. Fairmont not eligible this year for postseason, so we're going to have a new champion. As that one drilled towards short. Nice play and a double play. Dylan Gass. A little gas on that throw to second. He snags the line drive and doubles off. Kirkhoff at second. Lewandowski threw 3. Carver held scoreless. Bird Island will try to get on the board here when we come back in the bottom of the third.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Move to the bottom of the third here in our nightcapper, Hawkfield and Hamburg. Zeros on the board. The Black Sox of Carver, the Bullfrogs of Bird Island. Experienced clubs here. Both teams went deep into the tournament last year. And now, 1 year later, here we are in the first round. Obviously, it's that way every year where you have teams that don't get that first round bye and have to play their way into the second weekend, where these are teams you could easily see 3 rounds, maybe into the Elite Eight, maybe even beyond. Saw that earlier with Sartell, 34 wins in the regular season, and they're playing in the first round of the tournament without a bye. The Bullfrogs shared a league title, and here they are, not getting that top seed. And leading things off against Weber and singling is Logan Swan. So Logan with the single on the first pitch he sees from Weber. Now 5 hits for the Frogs. And Bird Island drawing a lot of their players from Bold High School. The Bird Island, Lake Lillian era. Bird Island drawing a ton of talent. From that, we mentioned Logan Swan from Redwood Valley. Carver, more of a mix of players from the Metro. As the bunt laid down nicely by Hebrink. So Tyler does what he was up there to do, and that's move Swan to second.
The third baseman, number 17, Sean Dollarshell.
Sean Dollarshell, third baseman, now steps in. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. You mentioned Coach Tichy, the addition of players, and Mark Ulrich, another left-handed pitcher on this staff, he and Weber. Top 2 pitchers, and be interesting to see if how he plays his pitching. Obviously, it depends on how things play out here. He's got Ulrich down there. He's got a reliever named Jacob Buden. The late inning reliever, been lights out this year for Carver. Alex Twangy, another player that's come over and a strong arm out of the bullpen. We'll see how this plays out. We've also seen a ton of draftees pitch here today. So hired arms coming in. Is that one to third, and it's a foul ball. And some chuckles and applause from the dugout. Bryce Tuma, the third baseman over there for Carver, came up to make that play, and let's just say he didn't make the play with his glove. So he's going to catch his breath. He's probably happy that was a foul ball. Would not have had a play. So 2-2 the count right now. Now Dollarshell, he's got an opportunity here with Swan at second base, 1 out. Bird Island rely on team speed, trying to apply a little pressure here. That one on inside corner, line down the left field line, foul ball again. Count remains at 2-2. Weber, again, he's not going to beat you with speed, but a quick delivery to the plate. He just works on trying to keep you off your timing at the dish. Right now he's in a battle with Dollarshell. 2-2 still the count. Dollarshell spoils that one to the right, and that was a hard hit ball into some empty bleachers over there. Thankfully it rattles around in the metal. Sent a lot of people ducking in that area. There he bends one in. That one's going to drop, and Bird Island's going to take the lead here. So Dollarshell with the RBI single. Swan scores from second. Bullfrogs take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the third.
The shortstop, number 1, Dylan Goss.
So small ball paying off for Bird Island as they bunt Swan over after the single. And then Dollarshell works just a great at bat, falling off numerous pitches. Drops that one into left center. RBI single. Now Dylan Gass made the nice defensive play last time out for the Bullfrogs. The top of the third. Count is 1-1 on Dylan. Dylan grounded out to third base his first time up. Weber with that delayed move, trying to keep Dollarshell near first base over there. There, Weber put a little extra on that one. 2-2 the count. That one hammered to left. Drifting back to left center and backpedaling and making the catch in center field is Cole Kirkhoff. He was shading over into left field quite a bit.
The center fielder, number 3, Colton Minkle.
Ends up being a loud fly out. 2 outs now. Dollarshell still at first. Colton Minkle comes up. Colton with a single his first time through the order, and right back up the middle. It squirts through. Dollarshell will hold. So another hit. Now 7 hits for Bird Island. Off of staff ace for Carver, Andrew Weber.
The catcher, number 6, Aiden Elfring.
Dollarshell on second, Minkle on first. 2 outs. Aiden Elfring struck out his first time up. Aiden, the catcher in the field. He's also a pretty good pitcher, by the way. 4-0 on the season. And he slaps that one into left. They're going to send the runner. Dollarshell rounds third. The throw is cut off. 2-0 Bird Island. So Dollarshell, an RBI single, and then scores the second run here. And Bird Island is compiling hits now against Weber, all singles. 8 now in the contest. Out to a 2-0 lead. Nick Taylor, the DH, is up. He was hit his last time up. Swings and misses, 1-1 the count. So if you're Brian Tichy, what do you do here? You've got some really good arms. You've got draftees that you can use. Do you go early to your bullpen? Or do you trust that your offense can chip away at Bird Island's ace? And that Weber's going to eventually settle in here. 1-2 the count. Going to try to work his way out of this one without any further damage. That one to the right side. And it's going to reach the bleachers. Another clanger over there. So 1-2 still the count. Inside pitch. Catches the corner. Strike 3 called. So Weber avoids further damage, but Bird Island strikes twice in the third, through 3 in Hamburg. 2-0 Frogs.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
electricalproduction.com to learn more about the many skills they have to offer.
3 innings in the books. Bird Island strikes twice in the bottom of the third. Really 2-0 lead here on Carver. The Corn Belt co-champions showing out here in the early going. 8 hits so far for the Frogs. No hits for Carver yet against Lewandowski. Casey has been sharp, and he starts it out 0-1 on Andrew Weber. The opposing pitcher batting second in the order, and there is hit number 1. The lefty knocks that one into center field. Now Carver hoping to get something started. And Bird Island full of great arms with a lot of really good stats out there. Eric Gass is also a pitcher that can come in and throw a below 2 ERA for him, 3-0 on the year. And they're not afraid to go to their draftees either. Mike Nagel pointing that out leading up to this game. As Jay Bresnahan steps in. Jay grounded out in the first inning. Takes strike 1 from Lewandowski. But Mason Penske of Marshall, a draftee that we may or may not see here tonight. Bird Island plays on. You'll probably definitely see him. Marshall A's pitcher. He actually shut out Bird Island when those two met in the regular season this year. So he was high on their list of draftees. So a lot of arms for both of these teams. And Carver, Andrew Weber, knocked around for 8 hits and 2 runs through 3. Standing on first after getting a single, trying to get something going for his squad. On the offensive end, it's 2-1 to Bresnahan. Now 3-1 count. Carver has had 3 base runners. An error, walk, now a single. That one chopped towards second. Play's going to have to go to first after initially being bobbled. But sticking with it and making the play is Tersteeg. He was thinking about trying to cut down Weber at second. See if Gass could make the turn, but bobbled it a bit. Takes the sure out. Weber down to 2 with 1 out. And Ben Alexander steps in. Ben grounded out to Gass at short his first time up. First pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. And pitch inside, gets the call. 0-2. Draws a few groans here, but umpires have been consistent here today in giving the corners. 0-2 pitch. Outside, can't get him to chase, 1-2. He thought about it, close pitch. The count is even, 2-2. Lewandowski around the strike zone here in the early going in this contest. Goes to that same spot, and again it's a ball, so now it's a full count. Alexander working the count here, being patient. And it's outside. Ball 4. Runners at first and second now. Alexander draws the walk. The second walk issued by Lewandowski.
Now batting for Carver, the designated hitter, number 30, Dan Gasuch.
And Gasuch comes to the plate. Grounded out to third his first time up. And he hammers it to left. This one is deep, right in front of the track, and getting under, making the catch for the Bullfrogs, but tagging up and taking third is Weber. So a productive out nonetheless. That's Swan, by the way, out there making that snag for Bird Island. So good job sticking with that in the night sky.
The shortstop, number 13, Kyle Dalton.
Out number 2, runners on the corners for Kyle Dalton. He reached on an error in the second inning. I'm going to have a full-blown meeting on the mound here for Bird Island. Talking over strategy, no doubt, with runners on the corners. Trying to nibble the outside corner is Lewandowski. Ball 1. And Dalton with a big opportunity to bring his team right back into this thing and answer after the 2-run inning from the Bullfrogs. That pitch is high. 2-0. Carver making Lewandowski work. Picking up their first hit at the beginning of this inning. Now threatening with Weber on third. Pitch comes inside, and it's a 3-0 count. Pitch taken for a strike. Three-one pitch. Taken for a ball. Bases are now loaded as Dalton draws the walk and is on for the second time here. Second walk in the inning issued from Lewandowski. And that brings up David Dolan, the first baseman. He flew out to behind the plate his first time up. So 2 outs, bases loaded. Remember, Carver, or Bird Island, loaded the bases back in the first inning and came up empty. And now it's Lewandowski struggling to find the strike zone. 1-0 the count. That one right down the middle, 1-1. skied to the second base side. Angling back. Underneath it is Tersteeg. He makes the catch, and Lewandowski works out of the bases-loaded jam to keep it 2-0 Frogs after 3.5 in Hamburg.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Braden Tersteeg leading things off for Bird Island in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch, swing and a miss. So Andrew Weber back out for his fourth inning of work for the Carver Sox. Tersteeg, that one behind the plate. And a nice basket catch made from Sam Warner. A much-needed quick out for Weber, who has surrendered 8 hits to this point. Worked his way out of a bases-loaded jam in the first inning, but the Bullfrogs able to sting him for 2 in the bottom of the third. And now the top of the order as he gets Tersteeg to fly out to the catcher. Warner, now it's Trent Atham. Or Athman, and Trent is struck out and flied out so far in this game. And an 0-1 count. First pitch from Weber. Tries the outside corner. Can't find it. 1-1. Logan Swan will be the third batter in the lineup, or in this inning for Bird Island. Logan swinging a hot bat here so far tonight. So Athman, no doubt, would like to get on in front of him. 2-1 the count. And that pitch is high. So a 3-1 advantage now for Athman. Comes back to the middle of the plate. Athman skies it high behind second base. That's going to be a tough play, and it falls. A good effort out there for Bresnahan, but you wonder if maybe Kirchhoff could have come in and called him off. That's a long way to go for the second baseman, and you could see it right away that Kyle Dalton, the shortstop, couldn't see it. And that drifted back over toward him. So if he gets out there, he probably makes that play. And perhaps threw Kirchhoff a little bit as well. Nonetheless, it's going to be a single for Trent. And the 9th hit now for Bird Island, another base runner. That one hammered down the left side, but foul. And Logan Swan definitely has Weber timed out here a little bit. 2 singles, a run scored for Logan. Weber able to hit the corner there. So quickly 0-2 the count on Swan. Goes even farther outside. Swan does not chase. 1-2 now. Well, he tries it again. That was in the spot where the call has been given a couple times, but just a bit too far outside from Weber. So Swan works it back to 2-2. Comes back in, and Swan hammers that one to left, but it's right at the left fielder, Ben Alexander, who barely has to move. So again, Swan has got him timed here. One of the hardest hit balls on the night, but it's a loud second out. Athman stays at first, and Tyler Hebrink comes up. Tyler hit by a pitch and a sacrifice bunt. So plenty of action for him through 4. First pitch is high, ball 1. Weber goes back to that outside corner. No dice. 2-0 the count. Winner of this game plays Bluffton next Sunday in Chaska. Now Weber hits the spot. 2-1. Single elimination 48-team bracket here in Class C, as that one is down the line, and they call it foul. So our angle up here, very hard to tell. But in live action, it looked fair. Obviously, the umpire has a much better line on that than we do. I think Hebrink wanted that to be fair as well, as he comes up kind of shaking his head a little bit. So it's a 2-2 count, 2 out, runner on first. Weber delivers. It's outside, 3-2. Tyler holding on that pitch. Weber will step off. Make sure he and his first baseman, Dolan, are lined up on the same page. He actually wasn't even covering on that play, and he wants him to. So Weber says get back to first as it's ball 4. So Hebrink works the walk. Runners on first and second. Quick conference on the mound. And here comes Dollarshell. So Dollarshell with a single, RBI single, later came around to score last inning. And now golden opportunity again for Dollarshell. Perhaps the reason that Warner went out and talked to Weber. Talk about how to attack this hitter. Sean's been on twice, fielder's choice in the first, and that single last inning. Swings and knocks that one out of play to the right. 1-1 the count. That one skied toward first. Dolan under it, hangs with it, and Weber works his way out of it. He gets Dollarshell to pop up to end the inning, so we're through 4. It remains 2-0 Bullfrogs.
Town ball tour, head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here, the kids are here, it's safe, it's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
that we just received. In Chaska, St. Michael over Moorhead 2-1. And in Waconia, Luxembourg over St. Benedict's by a score of 5-2. For the Black Sox, the catcher, number 9, Sam Warner.
Sam Warner leading things off for the Sox in the top of the 5th inning. Just one hit so far against Lewandowski. They did load the bases last inning, though. Not able to cash in. As Warner is way ahead of that pitch. Golfs that thing far to the right and out of play. So an 0-1 count. And the Class B bracket takes over here tomorrow in Hamburg. We've got 3 Class B games. And then that makeup of that rain out last night, Class C action, it'll be Maple Lake taking on the Milroy Irish in the nightcap. And then it's Class B here in Hamburg the next couple weekends. And that Class B, always great baseball, is strike 3 called. Lewandowski makes quick work of Warner. That'll bring up Cole Kirchhoff, who walked and stole second. Again, Kirchhoff, strong average from that 9 hole. And obviously showing off some speed, getting that stolen base. The 3-time defending champ says Kirchhoff grounds out to short. Quick out there. 3-time defending champs in Class B, Chanhassen. Already on to round 2. We just got a final. St. Michael taking out the Moorhead Brewers. How about that? A 2-1 final. And again, that is a single elim in the first couple rounds in Class B, where you get into the double elimination part. But Moorhead Brewers, usually a fixture in that final weekend, knocked out by St. Michael. Lineup turns over now for Carver as Connor Cornell is at the plate. 1-1 count on him. Connor, ground out in a line out that led to a double play his last time up. So he's 0 for 2. He's now worked the count to 3-1. Lewandowski did walk 2 batters last inning. Also gave up a single. So Carver was chipping away at him, and here's Lewandowski walking another hitter, and it's Cornell going down to first. The 2-out walk. That'll bring up Andrew Weber, who's got the lone hit here for Carver tonight.
For the Black Sox, the pitcher, number 32.
That came last inning. He ripped a single to right center. So again, the white-on-white uniforms here tonight. It is Bird Island in the field, Carver at the plate. Carver with the black helmet's gold trim. And the runner goes. The throw, there's nobody down there. So it gets into Cornell as he slides into second. A pretty easy steal if nobody's going to cover. Carver trying to apply some pressure here on Lewandowski. Obviously with a savvy stick at the dish, getting a runner in scoring position. We want to know the count on Weber. High and tight, 2-0. Cornell, 22 times he has scored on the season. Savvy base running, the reason he is the leadoff hitter. Weber spoils that one off the plate. 2-1 the count. Mentioned Weber, the Minnetonka grad, 2019 Crow River Valley Pitcher of the Year. Key cog in this turnaround for the Carver program. In their 5th straight tournament after a 30-plus year drought, for them making the big dance. And that pitch will be called a strike, so 2-2 now. Guys staying loose in the bullpen over there for Bird Island. We saw Penske, the draftee for Marshall, warming up earlier. In fact, I think he's back in the bullpen. That is him warming up. So you'd think he's going to be in their plans here eventually as Weber spoils that one to the left side. Coming out from the shortstop position is Gass, making the easy play. And Lewandowski continues to cruise, holding down this Carver lineup. Bullfrogs still up 2-0.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Leading off the fifth inning for Bird Island is Dylan Gass, the shortstop. Grounded out and flew out his first 2 times up. Weber back out to pitch for the fifth inning. Again, 9 hits the Frogs have compiled here. Majority of that in the early going, and another screamer down the third baseline, and another close but foul ball. That'll be a 1-1 count on Gass. And we do have somebody warming up. I think it's Ryan Grams, the draftee from Broughton. He's warming up in the bullpen for the Sox. So both teams warming up some draftees as that one is ripped right back up the middle. Hit number 10 on the night for the Frogs. Double-digit hits. We've seen a lot of singles here today. Or if you look at the hit totals, you would think, like in Bird Island's case, they would have at least 4 runs here. Weber working his way in and out of jams in the early going, and he's in another one as his first pitch to Colton Menke drills him right in the back. And just like that, runners on first and second. And nobody out for Aiden Elfring, who singled his last time up.
The catcher, number 6, Aiden Elfring.
Jacob Budin is headed to the bullpen right now as well for Carver. We're going to have a meeting on the mound. At this point, I think just trying to buy some time. Here comes Tisch. Brian Tisch, he's going to come out, and he's going to make a change here. It's one of those nights where Ace gets knocked around a little bit, and they do not want to fall any further behind. Now he's going to leave him in. How about that? So Tishy came out, kind of made the motion, the right-handed motion, like he was going to go to the pen. Then he talks to Weber, satisfied with what he hears. Weber's going to stay in the game. First and second, Nobody out. 2-0 lead for the Frogs. Elfring squares to bunt. Does not get it down clean. Foul ball. As mentioned, he singled the last time up for Aiden. He struck out in the second inning. Corner infielder's in. Nice bunt by Elfring. And Dolan snags it and tags it. Takes a hard shot, actually, from Elfring. But a sac bunt moves the runners up. Now second and third with one out for Nick Taylor, the designated hitter. Now Tishy's out. Maybe that was the game plan, see how we do here, but with runners at second and third, he's going to take the ball from his ace. We'll see where Weber goes. He's going to play center field, I believe. Switch things up here. Somebody's got to come out. So we're going to take a quick break, sort this all out, and come back with more fifth inning action live from Hamburg right after this.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Changes for Carver as Jacob Bruton mentioned him as one of the strong relievers here for the Sox. He comes into a sticky situation, second and third, one out. And we'll get to the other defensive changes here in a minute. But Nick Taylor, the DH, steps in. Chance to add to Bird Island's lead. Bruton's first pitch in there for a strike. Andrew Weber, starting pitcher, goes to center field. Cornell moves to first. Dolan moves to third. That's what we've got for you so far. As Bruton comes in throwing some heat. Quickly an 0-2 count on Nick Taylor. Trying to hold off the Frogs here in the bottom of the fifth. Keep them from adding to this lead. And that was more of a defensive check swing. Ball is dropped by Warner. They're going to talk things over. Strike three. And that's the right call. He held the bat but kind of turned his body, but nonetheless, strike three, and Bruton comes in firing strikes. 2 outs now. And back to the top of the lineup for Braden Tersteeg. Tersteeg's got 2 singles. Singled in the first, singled in the second. He flew out his last time up. This lineup turning over a lot for the Bullfrogs. We're only in the 5th inning. This already the 4th at bat for Tersteeg. And he works a 2-0 count here on Budin. Budin, the tall right-hander. First out of the pen here. I'll mention we also saw drafty Ryan Grahams warming up. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. So Budin throwing some gas here. 2-1 count now on Tristig. No strike called, so 2-2 the count. Kind of a delayed strike there. But he easily dropped that one in. So 2-2 the count. Budin trying to work out of the jam. It skirts past Warner. And down from third, the throw. He's out at home. They cut down gas at the dish. Budin with a fist pump. And it remains 2-0 Bird Island as we head to the 6th inning here at Hawk Field in Hamburg. Wow, what a defensive play. And a great one there. Good cover by Budin. And the Sox work their way out of another jam, staying squarely in this contest. Great action here on our nightcap, Hawk Field in Hamburg, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. We'll be right back after this.
Town ball tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Black Sox, number 5, second baseman Jay Bresnahan.
As we move along to the 6th inning, Sox still looking to break through here. Keep in mind all that action. They only have one hit in this game against Lewandowski. Casey, the ace for the Bullfrogs, and he has pitched well here tonight. Jay Bresnahan, the third hitter in the lineup tonight for Carver, steps in for his third at bat. He's grounded out twice here tonight. And down 0-1 quickly. Outside pitch, taken for a ball, 1-1. It's 2-1. So Bird Island, ton of action on their end. 10 hits. All against Andrew Weber, the ace starter for Carver, who's been chased from this game. Jacob Budin came in relief and took care of a Bird Island rally. They had second and third with just one out. Big strikeout and then the play at the plate. Budin covering as Warner chased it down and threw out Dylan Gass trying to score from third. And Lewandowski issues another walk.
For left fielder, number 2, Ben Alexander.
So if there has been any pockmarks on the performance from Lewandowski here, It's the walks as the umpires coming off the field here quickly. We're not exactly sure why. But Ben Alexander is up next. He walked his last time up, grounded out his first time up. So 5 walks right now issued for Lewandowski. At some point, Carver is going to want to try to cash in on one of those. So the umpires maybe can't really tell what they're doing over there. Maybe somebody with something distracting for the fielders behind the plate there. Not really sure. We're back to playing here. Again, Alexander stepping in. Alexander grounded out, and then, as mentioned, walk. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. Big cut there, 0-1 the count. Our 4th and final game here in Hamburg. We started at 11 a.m. this morning, so almost 12 hours later. We're midway through this final game as that one is skied high to center field. Minkle under it, grabs it for the Frogs. First out in the inning. Unbelievable what Lewandowski has been doing here so far, holding this lineup from Carver to just 1 hit. Dan Gustav steps in. Dan is 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Fun day here at the ballpark. We get to come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Pitch is high, 1-0 the count. That one ripped to third. Great play and near double play. Wow, what a good snag over there by Dollarshell. And then tries to double off Bresnahan. But the throw is low and could not be scooped over there by Hebrink. Nice play nonetheless. So Kyle Dalton comes in. He reached on an error and walked. He's been on base twice for Carver. First pitch from Lewandowski in there for a strike. That one ripped towards second and snagged out of midair. Tersteeg getting in on the defense. And Mike Nagel talked and touted his defense. Talked about and touted his defense coming into this tournament. And they're on full display here tonight. 2 great plays in the infield. We had the diving play from Minkle earlier in right field. And the Bullfrogs holding down that 2-0 lead, looking strong here as they come to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Braden Tersteeg back to the plate here. He was at the plate when the last inning ended. The gas was cut down at the dish, and that great play behind the plate by Warner, chasing down that wild pitch. And Booten covering. Getting out of a big-time jam the Sox did there. But yet to solve Lewandowski on the other side. Booten coming out throwing strikes. Looks good here in relief. Quickly up 0-2 on Tersteeg. 0-2 pitch goes right after him and cuts him down on 3 pitches. I'm going to bring up Athman. Trent struck out, flew out, and then singled his last time up. Attempted bunt. Seen a lot of that here tonight. Found a ton of success. As that one goes off the bat and over the grandstand. 0-1 the count. So again, Bird Island with 10 hits. There are 2 runs coming back in the 3rd inning. Carver dancing around a couple of jams, including bases loaded jam in the 1st. And then a 2nd and 3rd with 1-out jam last inning. Culminating with that play at the plate. Warner throwing to Booten, who is quickly up 0-2 on Athman. Booten not messing around. The tall right-hander bringing some velocity here. And 3 pitches and another out. So 6 total pitches and 2 strikeouts in this inning so far for Jacob Bruden.
Number 9, fielder Logan Swan.
Logan Swan will take his shot at Booten now. Logan, like facing Weber tonight, 2 singles, a run scored, and a very loud out to left field. Hit the ball really hard his last time up. As Booten takes a little off and tries to bring it back over the inside corner. Just inside, 1-0 the count. So Swan really solidifying this lineup in the 3-hole. Swings through that pitch, 1-1. The count now on Logan. That one just a bit low, 2-1. That pitch high. So Booten needed just 6 pitches to get 2 strikeouts for the first 2 batters of this inning. Now finds himself in a 3-1 count. Logan Swan. That one's in there for a strike. Full count now. Swan wanting to see some pitches here. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and driven to the right side and foul. Swung on and missed. Strikes out the side. That's what you want to see out of your relief pitchers. Coming in and holding down this Bird Island lineup. Has 10 hits in this game already. But Jacob Booten is changing the script here in the last inning and 2/3. And we are through 6 here. We'll have a new pitcher on the mound for Bird Island. We'll introduce the draftee from Marshall when we come back live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
24, Mason Penske from the Marshall A's.
Move to the 7th inning here. 2-0 Bird Island. Casey Lewandowski held Carver to just 1 hit through 6 innings. He now gives away to Mason Penske. Draftee from Marshall. That A's uniform looking a lot like the Oakland A's with the colors and everything being the same. We mentioned earlier that one of the reasons Mike Nagel was excited to draft him is that he actually shut out Bird Island once this year. And Bird Island able to pick second in their draft coming out of regions. And they snag Penske, and here he is on the mound in the 7th inning. And he'll look to hold down a 2-0 lead. We'll work on some final numbers here for Lewandowski. As Penske drops in strike 1 to David Dolan, who's now playing third base for Carver. He goes right back to that same spot, a little bit low that time, 1-1. A little tailing action on that pitch. Dolan able to hang in there and knock it out of play. So 1-2 the count now. Can't get Dolan to chase. Count is 2-2. Dolan has flown out twice. 0-2 so far in this contest. And strike 3 called. So Penske in out of the bullpen. And the first batter he faces, he sits down with strike 3 looking.
Now for the Black Sox, the catcher, number 9, Sam Warner.
Sam Warner, the catcher, will take his shot at Penske. Warner also 0 for 2. Just 1 hit in this game for Carver, courtesy Andrew Weber back in the 4th inning. Penske evens things up, 1-1. Lewandowski, that 1 hit, he did issue 5 walks. Had to work his way out of a couple jams in this one as Penske slides that one across the plate, 1-2. Showing a little movement there on that pitch. Tries to curve another one in there, Warner. Nubs it off to the left side. One-two pitch in the dirt. Count is even, 2-2. Now on nub near the mound, Penske calls everybody off and snags it. So 2 up, 2 down here for the draftee from Marshall. That'll bring up number 9 hitter in the lineup, Cole Kirkhoff.
The center fielder, number 12, Cole Kirkhoff.
Cole started out in center field. Weber came out off the mound and took over center, so Cole moved around in the outfield. Takes strike 1 from Penske. Swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2. And he curves it in. Strike 3 called. Takes 3 pitches to send Kirchhoff back to the dugout. And Penske makes quick work of Carver in the 7th. Still 2-0. Bird Island in control in this one. We head to the bottom of 7. It's time to stretch one more time here in Hamburg. Give us a chance for our live read here. The state amateur tournament's now in full swing. Class B and C tourneys will be played over the next 3 weeks in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community. Or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that will make watching all the venues very affordable for you. Enjoy the tournament at the park or right here with us on prepspotlight.tv. So Casey Lewandowski, just 1 strikeout, but only 1 hit surrendered and 5 walks. 6 innings pitched, and then we saw Penske come in and take care of business. We may see another pitcher out of the bullpen for Bird Island as they have another arm warming up down there. As for Carver, Andrew Weber hung in there, surrendering 10 hits in those 2 runs. Jacob Budin has come in and closed the door on anything that Bird Island, any momentum Bird Island had been building against Weber. A lot of confidence in that lineup, obviously banging out 10 hits, the Carver ace. But Budin, it's been a different story with him out there. As Tyler Hebrink start us off in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Frogs. Tyler has been on twice, hit by a pitch, walked, also has a sac bunt. So by my count here in my scorebook, that means he doesn't even have an official at bat here tonight. This started off on a 2-0 count here from Budin. Jacob trying to find the zone, does here. Hebrink was thinking ball 3, but it catches the corner, 2-1 the count. Hot shot to short. Scooping and throwing is Kyle Dalton. Another quick out here for Budin.
Now batting for Bird Island, number 17, the third baseman, Sean Dollarshell.
Sean Dollarshell now to the plate, Sean. That single and an RBI, and then later scored back in that 3rd inning. Integral part of the offense here tonight. Can he solve Budin? Budin has yet to give up a hit. Has 4 Ks since coming in. And a 2-0 count on Dollarshell. Make that 3-0, pitch is high. In there for a strike, 3-1 the count. Booten appeared in 11 games this year. He did start 2 games. Tied for the lead on the team with 3 saves, so a little bit of a mixed bag, using him wherever he's needed type situation. His ERA, and after watching him here tonight, this is not a surprise, 0.79. Surrendered just 9 hits in 22 2/3 innings for the Sox. Dollar Shell doing a nice job trying to time him here and lengthen this at bat. Full count, 1 out. Boone trying to hold down this Frogs lineup. He rips that towards second and into right field. Dollar Shell with a nice at bat, and he solves Booten. First hit against the Sox reliever here tonight. The second hit on the night for Dollar Shell. And hit number 11 overall for the Frogs. All singles, by the way. So 11 singles for Bird Island. And up and swinging and missing is Dylan Gass. Dylan singled and scored his last time up. Singled and was cut down at the plate his last time up. Did not score. Cut down trying to score in that play from Warner to Booten. That play coming in the 5th inning. And a huge one to keep the Sox in this thing and within striking distance. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Warner's throws a good one. The tag is applied and he's out. Well, Dalton gets the tag down. Actually, that was Bresnahan, the second baseman over there. Warner has played well here tonight on the hit-run action. Gass swung and missed. He's in a 1-2 count now with 2 outs, and they cut down Dollar Shell trying to steal at second. It's plays like that, keeping the Sox squarely in this thing. As we get into the later innings, curves that one in, and Gass knew it as it crossed the plate. Booten walks back to the dugout with yet another strikeout. We're through 7 here in Hamburg, and it remains 2-0 Bird Island.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Deep into the night we play in Hamburg, and it's the top of the 8th inning. The Carver Black Sox running out of outs here tonight. Mason Penske out of the pen for his second inning of relief. The Marshall A's draftee in for Bird Island. A 1-1 count on Connor Cornell. Top of the order for Carver here. Carver with just one hit in this game. Casey Lewandowski with the first 6. And now it's Mason Penske's game. And Cornell has worked the count to 3-1 now on Penske. And he finds a hole on the right side. How about that? Cornell with just the second hit of the game. He just finds an open spot on the right side there. And we'll see if that sparks this Carver lineup. It's Andrew Weber, who had the first hit of the game for Carver. Comes to the plate now, the lefty. Weber, the starting pitcher tonight for Carver, now playing center field. Penske slings that one toward Weber, but misses. 1-0 the count. Penske, the Marshall native. Pitcher Concordia. The Cobbers, that is. As Weber swings through that one, 1-1 the count. He slings that one in. 1-2 now. To first. Swallowed up. Throw to second. Goes into left field. Cornell thought about moving to third, but he'll stay put. So instead of taking the sure out, Hebrink decides to cut down Cornell at second. But his throw is off the mark, and now Carver in business big time with nobody out and runners at first and second. An error on Hebrink. And again, another arm warming up in the bullpen for Bird Island. It looks to be another draftee, Adam Schrader from New London Spicer. Will we see him come on here? Jay Bresnahan steps in. Tries to lay down the bunt, and it's a beauty, but it just squibs foul. Alfring got over there and made sure it stayed foul. So 0-1 the count now on Bresnahan. Jay did coax a walk his last time up in the 6th inning. Shows bunt again, pulls back, and it's strike 2. Good pitch from Penske. So 0-2 count. Just misses the outside corner, 1-2. Penske Division III pitcher, Concordia. Goes right back to that outside spot and misses again. So 2-2 the count now. That one spoiled toward the Bird Island dugout, so it remains 2-2. Again, as we play late into the night now in Hamburg. Carver, big time threat, 2 on, nobody out, 2-2 count. Bresnahan from Penske, check swing. They're going to check it, and they say no. Count is full now. And hanging on the full count is Bresnahan, making Penske work for it here. That pitch inside. It's a walk. And bases are loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out. We're going to have a pinch runner situation here. Colin McNeil will run for Bresnahan. So Bresnahan, the hand from the Sox, all coming out of the dugout after working that walk. Now it's Ben Alexander, who's flown out twice, walked in this game as well. Alexander grounded out his first time up, so officially 0 for 2. But a jam here for Penske with nobody out at bases loaded. Carver trying to strike here late in this contest. Get on the board. They've been out hit 11-2 in this game, but a golden opportunity here for the Black Sox. Penske, the Marshall A's. Nice movement on that pitch. Fouled back by Alexander. Penske to the dish again, and that's going to be a hit into right field. 1 run is in. They're going to send the runner from second. Score standing up. And just like that, the Carver Black Sox have tied things up at 2. The Sox are on the board with just their third hit of the game. A 2-run single from Alexander. Well, Bresnahan. Well, the pinch runner, McNeil, for Bresnahan to second on the play. As Connor Cornell and Weber both score. And we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break and be back to sort things out right after this.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Dan Gasuch in to face the new pitcher for Bird Island. And it's New London Spicer draftee Adam Schrader. First pitch from Schrader, ball one. So Gasuch in a big spot. There's still nobody out, by the way, just to recap it. Coming into the pitching change, 2 RBI single from Ben Alexander. The bases loaded on that single. And it was just the 3rd hit of this game for Carver tonight. Going to come at a better time. 11-3 the hits in favor of Bird Island, but we're now 2-2 on the scoreboard. And the Sox maybe not done here with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Schrader pushes that one across, 1-2 the count. Gasuch hangs. Count remains 1-2. Dan, sac fly here tonight. Hit the ball hard, line out his last time up. Swings and misses here, though. And it's out number 1. That'll bring up Kyle Dalton, the shortstop. He also lined out his last time up. Prior to that, he reached on an error and walked. So on the base pass twice here tonight. First pitch from Schrader. It's hit into center field. That's not going to be an easy play. It drops. Runners move up 90 feet, so bases are loaded again. So McNeil on second had to hold up in case somebody made a great play out there in the field. But it drops into no man's land. And another hit in the inning. 3rd hit in the inning now for Carver. As Mike Nagel is going to come out and talk to his draftee Schrader here. They've got another draftee, Caleb Ditmarson, out there. And the Raymond Rockets, he's warming up in the bullpen. So keeping the arms ready here. You never know what we're going to, how late we might go into the night. I mean, I hate to say it, and with the earlier game going to extra innings. We've already seen one here today. But we're here to watch baseball, so we'll take it as many innings as we can get. These great games in this first round of the Class C State AM tournament here in Hamburg. First pitch is high ball to David Dolan. Dolan now playing third base for Carver, has for a couple innings now. And that pitch is a bit high, so here we go. 2-0 the count, no place to put him. Carver trying to forge ahead here in a game that they were held in check all the way until the top of the 8th inning here. Their offense has come alive. Schrader misses again, and it's a 3-0 count. .30 pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 now. Dolan 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Big spot for him here. 3-1 pitch driven to center field. That's got a shot to bring in the tying run. Tagging from third. McNeil, the throw to the plate, and he's out. What a toss from center field. Trent Athman on the fly. The tag at the plate, cutting down the pinch runner, Colin McNeil. And the Bullfrogs survive another bases-loaded jam in this contest. The 2 runs on the board for Carver, and we head to the bottom of the 8th, tied 2 apiece. Unbelievable. We'll be back. More Class C action right after this.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Whatever you have to do for energy, do it now. 10 after 11 in Hamburg. And we've got a brand new ball game here. 2-2 the score. After Carver puts together 2 runs on 3 hits in the top of the 8th inning. The offense comes alive, but the play of the inning with bases loaded, fly to center field, and Trent Athman's throw cutting down the runner at home, keeping it a 2-2 game. Jacob Buden out again to pitch for Carver, and he has been stellar, only allowing 1 hit so far. Colton Minkle up here in the bottom of the 8th inning now. Minkle 2 singles, a hit by pitch in this game. Trying to catch up to the heat from Buden here. One-two pitch, taken high, 2-2 now. Two-two pitch, swung on, driven toward right. A play out there, and running it down is Connor Cornell, showing off a little speed out there.
Not batting for the Bullfrogs, number 6, the catcher, Aiden Elfring.
So 1 out, Aiden Elfring, the catcher, stepping in now for the Bullfrogs. He's officially 1 for 2 on the night with a strikeout, a single, and a walk, or a sac bunt. And it's an 0-1 count as he swings through that pitch from Buden. Buden attacking him. He sprays it to the right side, 0-2 quickly. 1-2 the count now. No, tried to hold up on that one. Instead, it trickles to Budin, who scoops it to first for the out. That's Cornell actually playing first after our defensive changes a couple innings ago. So nonetheless, 2 outs here. Nick Taylor, the designated hitter, up now for the Bullfrogs, and an 0-1 count on him. Nick has struck out twice here tonight. Two and 1 the count now. That pitch was high. Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. Two and 2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. 2-2 the score. Budin delivers. Strike 3 called. Jacob continues to cruise. Carver will look to keep the momentum on the offensive end as we head to the 9th inning. Still tied 2 apiece here in this Class C first round opener in Hamburg.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
The Sox will look to continue some momentum, maybe carry it over from last inning, top 9. Remember, Carver last time out scored 2 runs to tie things up. Still 11-4 the Bullfrogs with the hits advantage, but on the first pitch, Sam Werner with the 5th hit of the game for Carver and a leadoff single. Sox catcher. And still pitching is Adam Schrader, the New London Spicer draftee. We'll see Bird Island getting that bullpen up and moving. Peter Benson, the pinch runner now at first base. As Cole Kirchhoff is set to come in, but we're going to have a stoppage of play here. And perhaps a change of pitcher for Mike Nagel. That's it for Schrader. Second draftee of the night that we've seen. And he's going to call on his 3rd draftee. It'll be Caleb Dittmarson of Raymond when we come back live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
New pitcher into the game for Bird Island. The fourth pitcher on the night for the Bullfrogs and the third draftee to see the mound here. Caleb Dittmarson of the Raymond Rockets. Right-hander comes in. The Wilmer native pitched at Dakota County Community Technical College, the Blue Knights. And now into the game to try to hold off Carver here. Checks on the pinch runner over there. That's Peter Benson. Running for Sam Warner, who led off this inning with a single. So there's nobody out. Runner at first. And Cole Kirchhoff at the dish. He's going to try to bunt the runner over, and it's a beauty. Play is to first. Out there, barely. And Kirchhoff showing off some speed. And Kirchhoff, the right fielder. We saw that speed out there in the field. Almost beat that one out. That was a great bunt. But accomplishes what he was in there to do. And that is move the runner, pinch runner Benson up to second base, and Connor Cornell, leadoff hitter in the lineup, had a single last inning. Dittmarson trying to line things up with Elfring. Maybe from the sign perspective, took a little too long, so Cornell calls time. First offering to Cornell is in the dirt, 1-0. No pitch from Dittmarson. Bends it in there, 1-1 the count. Cornell to second. It's going to be a tough play, and it's through. The runner, Benson, being waved home, and the ball is dropped in right field, so Benson scores easily, and Carver has rallied all the way back to take a 3-2 lead in the top of the ninth. They're going to give this one a hit. They're going to rule it a hit for Cornell. If that's the case, we'll give him an RBI single. And Benson, the pinch runner, in to score. Unbelievable turn of events as Carver rallying in this one. Cornell going right away. Alfred, good toss, but way too late after the good jump from Cornell. And they keep the pressure on. He moves to second with the stolen base, and Andrew Weber, by the way, at the plate. He has a single. He scored after reaching on an error. And Didmarson finds the corner, so 1-1 the count. Check swing, but he went too far. 1-2 the count. Cornell on second after the stolen base. 1 out, 1 run already in the inning. Didmarson trying to find that corner. A little too far outside. 2-2 the count. Swung on and missed, so Didmarson bears down, comes up, gets a huge strikeout, and a really good hitter on Weber. Now he'll have to face Jay Bresnan.
Now batting for the Sox, number 5, Jay Bresnahan.
And Bresnahan has been on twice here. Pinch run for the last time up. Check swing into the glove. Foul tip officially on that pitch, so 0-1 the count. He's gotten quiet here in Hamburg. The Hardy fans that have stuck with it here. This one will be about midnight if it ends in regulation. Quietest it's been here all day as Didmarson sends another one in there, and it's 0-2. Didmarson again nibbling the corner. Just a bit outside. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Cornell on second. Bresnan watches that one come across low. 2-2 the count. And strike 3 called. Bresnan doesn't like it, but Didmarson and the Bullfrogs are out of the inning. Carver does strike, however, and the Frogs are going to have to rally if they want to get out of here with a first-round victory. We head to the bottom of the ninth, live from Hamburg on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Brian Tishy's going to leave this in the hands of his big right-handed reliever, Jacob Budin. He's only surrendered one hit since coming in relief of starter Andrew Weber. And Bird Island's going to take a stab at it here with the top of the order. Braden Tersteeg. Braden singled his first 2 times up. Struck out his last time up in the 6th. And it's a 1-1 count. Mentioned Budin, that stellar ERA. He's had a great year here for the Sox. And he has come through when they needed him most here in the first round. The Class C tournament. Hasn't finished the job yet. His offense has rallied. 3 runs over the last 2 innings to overtake the Frogs. And Budin hits the corner, evens the count 2-2. That one hit to the right side, smothered at first by Cornell, and Budin gets over to cover it. Great play all around. And 1 out. Now Bird Island down to its final 2 outs. Trent Atham comes to the plate. Athman has a single. He struck out twice. Played well in the field. He wants to try to bunt his way on, and he might have a shot here as Dolan comes up. That throw hits the dirt, and what a great play backing it up at second base. Bresnahan deserves some credit there by diving and keeping that close, not allowing Athman to move to second on that play. There's going to be a bunt single for Athman. 12 hits now for Bird Island. The third hit, or the second hit, rather, for Athman here in this game. So Logan Swan now comes up. Logan, the third hitter in the lineup. He was hot early as well. 2 singles. Run scored. First 2 times up. But trying to solve Budin. And trouble for everybody here in this Bird Island lineup. And swing and a miss makes it 1-1 now. Athman on first after the bunt single. 1 out. Budin just keeps attacking here. And Swan swings and misses again. 1-2 now. And swung on and missed for strike 3. So Budin just coming right after Swan in that at bat. And now down to their final out. Tyler Hebrink comes to the dish. Tyler looking for his first hit tonight. Hebrink not in on the hit parade yet for Bird Island. Would love to get in on it right now. And he swings, and he was on that one. Drills it to the backstop. With the at-bat tilting in favor of Budin. Now 0-1. Jacob trying to just close this thing out. Tremendous relief appearance from Budin. That one's past Warner. And tying run scoots down to second. Athman heads up. Easily takes that without even a look. Count is 1-1 on the batter, Hebrink. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. It's that high fastball from Budin that seems hard to resist, but even harder to hit. So Budin's got him exactly where he wants him now. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, runner on second. Bird Island down to its final strike in the 2021 season. Budin comes back inside. Good check. That time by Hebrink. Count is even 2-2. Two-two pitch, and it's outside. Count is full. Sean Dollarshell on deck. He's had a good game here tonight. Not the guy Carver wants to see up. An opportunity to tie this game up, maybe do even more damage. Full count pitch, swung on. Hebrink hangs. Three-two pitch coming again from Budin. And it is ball 4. So he just climbed the ladder ever so slightly. Try to get Tyler to swing. He did not. Instead takes the walk. So now it's first and second with 2 outs. Tisch wants to talk about it. I don't see anybody warming up over there in the bullpen. So probably more strategy. In fact, he is talking to his infield right now. Not addressing Budin at all. Well, now he comes over, gives him a quick look, and basically says nothing to Jacob. So do what you do. Just wanted to talk strategy with the infield. And here you go. Now you've got Sean Dollarshell up. Sean, RBI single and a run scored. Coming back in the third. Also had a single his last time up. And that coming against Budin. So again, the guy that Carver probably didn't want to see up in this situation, but Budin starts him off with a strike. And it's strike 2. Now Budin not wasting any time, coming right after Dollarshell. Oh-2 pitch to the outside. It's sprayed to the right, and Cornell takes it to the bag, points at Budin. Carver Black Sox rally for the 3-2 victory to move on to the second round in the Class C tournament. What a game from the Black Sox. Heartbreak City for Bird Island, who held Carver in check for much of this game. In fact, until the 8th inning, when Carver finally broke through with the 2 runs to tie it, and then they take the lead in the 9th. And the tip of the cap to Jacob Budin, who relieved Andrew Weber and was lights out, going the rest of the way to pick up the win. So storylines here in this one in the third. It's Bird Island striking twice. Logan Swan single. Then he was bunted over. Dollarshell with the RBI rake, and then Dollarshell later scored on an RBI single. And 8 hits through 3 innings is what they put together on Andrew Weber. Very impressive by the Bird Island lineup. But Carver was able to keep it close. And in the top of the 4th, Lewandowski, the stellar start for Bird Island, worked out of a bases-loaded jam. In the bottom of the 5th, 2nd and 3rd, Frogs. Remember this play, Dylan Gass out trying to score on a pass ball. Warner to Buden for the out. That was also a huge play. Again, all of these keeping Carver in this contest. In the top of the 8th, Carver comes alive. 3 hits, 2 runs, bases loaded, 1 out. Dolan fly to center, and then we had that great play by Athman, who threw out the runner, tagging and trying to score from 3rd. And that kept the game at the time, was huge, keeping it at 2-2. But in the top of the 9th, Carver finally pushes ahead as the Warner with the leadoff single. Pinch runner Peter Benson later coming around to score on the Connor Cornell RBI single. And that's a wrap. He has 4 pitchers used on the night for Bird Island. And another great close game, as we've come to expect here in this tournament. And moving on to the next round to take on a very tough Bluffton Braves team are the Carver Black Sox. So they survive and move on to the second round. Bird Island in the Elite 8 last year. They go out in the first round this time around, but a valiant effort here late into the night at Hawk Field in Hamburg. So that's going to do it for today's coverage for us here on PrepSpotlight.tv. It was obviously a blast for us here in the Class C tournament. We're going to turn it over to the Class B bracket here tomorrow. We'll be right back here at 11 a.m. for our first game. Be sure to join us on Prep for all of your coverage. If you can't make it out here to the park, join us again tomorrow, and we'll have those 3 Class B games, and then we'll cap it off with a nightcap on the Class C makeup of Milroy and Maple Lake. That game rained out here last night. We'll make it up right here on Prep Spotlight. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Eric Murphy, signing off for the night. Get some sleep, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.